Hey, good morning, Arizona. If you pick up this month's copy of Better Homes and Gardens, you'll find an article that will change the way you handle your dinner plans. All about saving time, stretching the budget, and not losing out on a delicious at-home meal. So Tess is trying it out. She's in the kitchen with how you can cook once and eat 3 times. Is that right?
Absolutely. You know what? We're looking for ways to save time, save money, make the dollars stretch, and just make life easier. So this month, the magazine you were just showing, Olivia, Better Homes and Gardens, one of my favorite magazines, and it's also owned by a parent company, Meredith Corporation. So we're giving a try what they feature with Joni Simon, who is a food blogger. Pork carnitas. You can make one item stretch 3 ways.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Easy peasy, and we could do it in our Instant Pot, which I know
even
you
better.
love the Instant Pot, right?
Even better.
So pork carnitas is pretty much, we're just taking pork and we're gonna slow cook it, or we're gonna pressure cook it so that it's really nice and
so you're getting a
apart,
larger
melt.
amount probably, obviously, since you're stretching it 3 ways, right?
Absolutely. So that's why I've got this big, gigantic pork butt right here.
Okay.
Sometimes you also see this as pork shoulder. You'll see it as a picnic roast. Pretty much you're just looking for a big old honkin' pork. And then this one, for example, is bone in. And so here's the trick. Because if you just put that straight here into the Instant Pot, it's gonna take forever to cook because it's a really big piece of meat. So the trick is to cut it down. So I went ahead and cut this roast down, and so you do lose the bone, but then what it's gonna do is it's gonna cook quicker. So once you put this in with all the other ingredients, then it's only gonna take about 60 minutes in the Instant Pot. So
and it's gonna be like it roasted all day.
Yeah. So I would do this on Sunday, and then we can zhuzh it up and whatnot, but we've got some fresh orange juice.
Okay, so this is your base,
This
your
is the
marinade.
base. We've got the pork. We're gonna throw in the orange juice, which perfect for this time of year because everybody's got all the citrus, right? And then we've got our onions going on here. And then also tons of garlic. And I just leave them whole because ultimately we're gonna pull the meat out of there, so I'm not as much worried about the actual vegetables. Throw a little apple cider vinegar in there, a little bit of paprika for some nice spice going on.
Okay.
You know, I'm an eyeballer from the way back.
I was just gonna say how much, but you're like my mom, a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Go by feel, but I do have the full recipe on my website, so people can check that out.
Okay.
And then a little bit of oregano just to add that herbal note, and then you lock
and
her
that's
up. Yep. And then you put 60 minutes on manual here on the Instant Pot.
So real quickly, so your liquid is orange juice. You're not adding any other liquid to that.
We will add also the apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
Yep. And so, because ultimately, when you're cooking in the Instant Pot, you want at least 1 cup's worth of liquid in order to get that pressure to come up.
Okay.
So
So fast forward, it's already cooked in the Instant Pot. It's already been de-steamed, and here it is already.
Yep, absolutely. And so then what you want to do is you've got kind of those bigger chunks, and then you just take it out on a cutting board, and you can just pull it. Will pull apart, which is so nice.
So we're shredding it. So it's a pulled pork, a carnitas with obviously that great flavor. And one of the things, we're going to show you 3 different things to do it. One of them is simply get some buns.
Call it good, right? Because the obvious one is tacos, right?
Sure.
A lot of people think, oh, carnitas, I'll put it in tacos.
I know, I thought you were going to make that. but not tacos.
I love sandwiches. I'm a big sandwich fan, so are my kids. And 2, you can make up a really easy slaw with a dressing that I'm actually going to show you in the next segment. And you can serve that on the side, or if
I was going to say, or you put this on?
Put it straight on. Go for it.
Oh, I do like a good slaw on top of some.
Nice topping action. And so then you're going to get that really super delicious meat, and then you'll get that really nice bright pop on that dressing, and that's gonna make a beautiful Sunday meal for your family.
So do you know what I love about this idea that we're doing? Obviously it's saving time, but that means we get to taste 3 different things. So we'll start with this. Again, it's cook once, eat 3 times, and this is Joni Simon's carnitas.
Tess is always such a good taste tester for me too.
Oh, good.
It gives the 2 thumbs up. Well, and I especially you gotta pay attention to your rolls.
Okay.
Because, sometimes you get those really hard rolls and then you lose all the fun texture.
Oh no,
of the
this
meats
is nice and
everything.
mushy.
So these are really nice and soft.
All right, so 2 other recipes on what you can do with the carnitas coming up at 8:45, guys. Cook once, eat 3 times. So we are giving it a try with our food blogger, Joni Simon. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Now, in the first segment, you said something that's versatile is pork,
Yes.
right? And so that's what you did, was cook it in an Instant Pot.
Absolutely, and all we added to it was garlic and citrus. So that can take you into Mexican, that take you into Asian, that can take you a lot of different places as a good sort of basic base to work from.
All right, so she spent all that time already prepping it, which still didn't even take that long because it was in the Instapot. One recipe were the little sliders that we made, but you have 2 more that are super simple, and I can't believe you made pozole in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I mean, don't tell the Mexican grandmas. I'm sure they'll run me out of town. But
yes.
If you've got a hankering for hominy, which some people love hominy if you're not familiar with it, it's based in corn, and it's been treated with lye so that it takes on a different sort of chemical reaction there, and it's what we make corn tortillas from. So when you taste hominy, you're like, that tastes just like corn tortillas.
That's why.
That's what we're working from today. So to get this started, all you need is a little oil, and I do some diced peppers. We want to get some veggies in there. You know, the only requirements from a pozole standpoint are to have the pork and to have the hominy, but you know, we're kind of
so hominy is really the main thing that you want in it, and then whatever else you want.
Exactly. Yep. So we got peppers.
You can't go wrong with green chilies.
I love diced green chilies, and then again with my very accurate measuring skills,
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
a little bit of paprika. We can throw a little. You want to throw some oregano in there for me?
All right, just a sprinkle.
Yes, absolutely. And then one of my favorite things to add to a stock is a little better than bouillon. This is one of my favorite little ninja skills in the kitchen.
What does that do?
It just makes a really great stock. So you remember the bouillon cubes, right? There's some great bouillon cubes on the market too, but this stuff is
already
just
a
great
mixed
soup base, and this is the vegetable. And then from there, we of course we want to make sure we have our reserved pork. So we made that in the Instant Pot, and then all you have to do is throw that in, and we start. You've got to go ahead and stir that for me. And then I'm also going to add in some petite diced tomatoes. So these aren't big; they're nice and little, so they kind of come in.
Which will work great for a soup or a stew type thing.
Yep.
Now, let me ask you, you're using a lot of generics. Does that matter? Do you think flavor changes, or do you think you can really stretch your dollar by using generic brand? I use generic, and I think it's fine.
I think the trick is to make sure you just season everything properly. Make sure that you've got enough salt in there, you've got enough flavor to activate what's in there. Certainly store brands are totally great. And then we've got our hominy. You can see I didn't drain it because I actually want to keep that liquid in there. And this is the yellow hominy. It also comes in white, so depending on what you're going for, you can go for either one. And so that was it.
Oh my gosh, look at how good that looks. And you don't even have to let it simmer that long because the flavor's all in there. And here is the finished product. Literally, Joni said within 10 minutes, you have this beautiful pozole ready to
and you can
put
top
into
it off
a bowl.
with all sorts of stuff.
Okay, and then last but not least, we are out of time, but you say another way to do this easily, your third recipe is put it into a salad.
Absolutely, and I have got a honey lime vinaigrette that is just killer and goes on everything.
Awesome.
And is what we used on the slaw earlier.
And we have everything on azfamily.com, so you can link up to Joni's website where she has all these great recipes. But again, Better Home and Gardens, owned by our parent company here at azfamily.com, Meredith Corporation, always great ideas.